Right, what was it I was saying about the post service? They arrived today. Look at that, ordered yesterday, arrived today. Fantastic job. So 2 lots of NJW 0201 and 2 lots of NJW 0302s. Oh, sorry, I got 3 of each. I thought, why not? And I got the drivers as well, but hopefully we won't need those. 2073s and 940s, but they always come in handy in the future. One of each of these is required for this, so that's these are the 2 faulty ones. Let me just remind myself, because I didn't mark them. Quick into beep, and I'm pretty sure it was that one and that one. Yep, those are the 2. I was pretty sure that would be what they were. So we undo the heatsink. So I can do some on there. Oh, it's all gone on one. Doesn't matter. So 3020. I think it's just labelled wrong. So let's just do a side-by-side comparison. Because whilst it's always nice to know that you bought the right things, if you compare 2 new ones with 2 originals, if there's a problem with the new ones, i.e. they might be counterfeit, so 565 left to 562, 565, 562, 565, and round the other way on the other one. 545 and 550, 517, 530. Well, we haven't had the fuses through yet. What we could do is we could put that on a bit of a box that would save having to hold it up all the time. Let's see if we can find a bit of a box. We've got the transistors in, we just sort of solder them into place. That's so we know that the output stages are the same transistors, so in theory, if everything is okay now, if we do equivalent measurement between one side and the other, they should be the same. Whereas if this one has got still got faulty components elsewhere attached to it, that should read different to this one. So if we go that one to that one, 2 outside ones, 606, same on this channel. I think I'm going to run the risk of putting it back together. So I think it's okay. I think we just got spurious reading through capacitors and so on. So I'm going to put it back together, and when I get the fuses, bring it up slowly on Variac, see if there's any differential voltages between the two. So I'll see you after the cut with it all back together again. Right, we're all back together, everything's connected, everything's on. I've got my trusty old Variac here. So what I'm going to do before I do anything else is I'm just going to start it up with a low voltage. We know that it doesn't do any damage when there's no fuses in, so I could in fact turn it on full. But what I want to do is measure the voltages on these two fuses, and I'm going to put a couple of 1.6 amp power on there and on there. Let's put my meter on there. We know we've got AC volts. If it's going to be loaded by anything, we should see those voltages not come up. Tell you what, let's put it onto the screen where you can see the meter. Right, brought it up to about 50 volts. It's not switching on yet. The fuses are still intact. There's no 75 volts. $110. I'm hearing clicking. And volts are pulsing up and down on there. 120 volts. It's clicking once. 21 volts. 22 volts. Fuses are still intact. It did say an error message, power mode something. Back on at 120 volts. Power on, says starting A1. Fuses are still intact. Let's switch it to AM and FM. Minimum volume, maximum volume. So at the moment, we've not got any output that I can hear. We're still not blowing fuses. Put some meter across the speaker, and we've got minus 38 millivolts across that one. Minus 38 across that one as well. So that would tend to indicate that we are okay. Let's put my signal source in. This is a fun bit, isn't it? We've repaired it, or have we repaired it? Have we repaired it, or have we repaired it? I don't know. Go back onto AC just to make sure we haven't blown these fuses, and oh, we have. Yeah, both fuses are blown. Right. But they were only 1.6 amp fuses. Yeah, I can see now, but I didn't see when they went. That's why we've got no output. Now, I'm hoping that they've blown just because they're just too low a value. Let's just double check. We've not got any shorts to ground on any of the transistor legs. If we have, then we'll know that we've killed the output stage. Collector to there. Put it on ohms. Yeah, I think we're okay. So we said these were 1.6 amp, they blew. Let's do 2.5 amp anti-blow. 2.5 amp anti-surge, right, anti-blow. Oh, I'm talking about anti-surge. Right, that's all off. Okay. Oh, this was AC voltages, wasn't it? Of course it was. Should we go for 110 volts and see what happens? It's 120 volts. We should fire up at 120 volts, all those fuses will blow. Fuses are still intact. So it's on A1. So it's getting warm. I can smell it. Okay, let's turn it off. Doesn't seem to be the output stages. The load resistors. Okay. Starting A1. Oh, I hear music. I only hear music from the left-hand channel. blowing fuses, but we've definitely got something wrong with the right hand channel. Headphones again? Where'd I put them? Nothing at all on headphones. Oh, dodgy socket. Ah, yeah, definitely still only on one channel. Now, of course, with this, until we get a remote control for it, we can't do things like tone or balance. So it's possible that it's working, but the balance is just on one channel. So what I think I want to do is just to double check the left hand channel is output is okay. So we've got minus 41 millivolts on the positive of the left hand channel and minus 36 millivolts on the positive of the right hand channel. So I don't think it's the output stage, I think it's the preamp stage. Yeah, I think the output stage is okay. Now, are we getting signal? Oh, I haven't plugged the radio bit in. Wonder if that's significant. That'll be why the tuner didn't work, won't it? I could have sworn I plugged that in. Ideally, that should have remembered where it was. Aha! We have AM on both channels. Ah! So it's a preamp problem. I suppose this will work with an AM antenna. Got no way of tuning it. But that hum is an AM bump hum. Okay. Let's turn it up to full whack and see what happens when we power it on. Fuses are okay. The reason for the hum was because we run it through the variac. If we go to that's the reason why we're only getting on one channel. Dodgy speaker socket. probably a dry joint on the socket on the board. Oh, wrong one. Oh, let's see. A1, D1, A2. That's better. So, okay, let's take the variac out of the equation. Plug it straight in. Raw main straight in. Okay, so it looks like we have fixed it, being one of the output pairs just failed. Probably, likely guess, because I've had it so many times before, speaker short circuit by the consumer, killed it. Let's put it out the side, fix it later, and it never got fixed until 2014. I mean, it's not that old, it's only just 12 years old. So all I've got to find now is a remote control for it, and then I can do some other testing. But I'm pretty sure it is now in full working order. So whilst I go and find a remote control for it and do some other tests, I'll find that and I'll come back to you after the break. Right, we're all back together apart from putting the top on, and we've given it a brief test. I'll just run it through a few other tests as well. But I've also, it's been a few days because I've managed to do some other stuff as well. But I've got the got it all fired up here. I started up, but I also managed to get hold of a brand new remote control for it as well. It's the remote control for a Cambridge audio, but it works on different units. So various buttons on here don't work because this is designed to work as part of a system, so you can control a CD player that goes with the system as well. So anyway, some of these buttons are marked up like playback and stuff like that, but of course there isn't there's no play option. There's no Bluetooth on this either, so where we've got down here we've got phono, Bluetooth and DAB FM is actually phono. That's the phono input. The Bluetooth is the FM radio, and the DAB is the AM radio. So obviously, you know, if there was an exact right remote, it would work differently to that. So that's that. Let's just switch the speakers on and put some music into it so we can hear. I've dug out my old Sony mini disc player. I thought I'll use that as a playback device for now, because this output on there is much more line level than off the phone, and that phone's forever sort of shutting itself down, so I must put that somewhere where I won't use it. Anyway, that's another story. So we can turn the volume up, and let's tell you what, let's put it on to A1, which is the audio one. So we should be hearing, I'll see a bit of jazz music off my mini disc there, but I've got a mini disc for YouTube music for testing purposes. So we're all working, all the inputs working, speaker switching's working. I've left it running while I was doing some other work, and it ran beautifully all day without any problem. However, we have got a couple of little things that we need to just sort out. One is there is some little bit of damage on the edging of this metalwork, but more importantly, on the top case, there's quite a bit of damage to the metalwork here. And so what I thought I would try, I looked at another video from another repairer, and apparently acrylic pens work well for doing repairs of this nature. So I bought myself a little set of acrylic paint pens. So I thought I'd give that a try and see how that works. I only need the black, at the moment, but who knows, I might need a white pen for something else in the future if this works. So anyway, I've given it a clean off anyway. I'll give it another quick little wipe down like that. I don't know how well this is going to work, if at all. Do I need to shake these? Sometimes you need to shake them. Doesn't say. So let's just take that top off and see. It's probably just no more than a felt marker, but it does seem to fill the hole up quite nicely. Now obviously it's not going to make it back to brand new status, but it just means, because I'm going to put this on eBay to sell, and I will show that I've done this, mark this out. It's not like I'm hiding something, it's just hopefully going to just take away the nastiness of this damage. Just run it along the edge there, just on the worst bits where it's most noticeable. I don't know whether it dries. This stuff dries better. It all looks very wet. If it does, so much better. If it doesn't, it just looks like I've gone over it with a marker. Well, that's what it will look like. But I'm hoping for best results. It will look damn sight better than it did before. One little touch up there. One more. And a couple over here. I should probably edit this out because there's probably the music's going to get a content match. So this will jump about quite a bit, or it has jumped about a bit after I've edited it. I suppose I should have put the YouTube music on really, shouldn't I? Right, okay, well I've done those, and as you can see it's dried quite matte as opposed to shiny on there. It's possibly less noticeable than the scratches were. I don't know. I don't know whether it will polish up at all. It seems to be polishing up a bit better, or is it maybe just rubbing it softened it a bit? Difficult to know. I'm no artist and no painter and decorator, so I wouldn't really know, but yeah, I think that's a bit better than it was. Well, there we are. I will point that out when I put it up for sale, and that'll be it. So there we are. That's it, done. All I've got to do now is screw that back on. I'm sure you've seen somebody put a lid back on before now, so you won't need to watch me. Thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate you visiting the channel. Bye for now.